The greatest oak was once a little nut who held its ground. My friends, 10 to 15 minutes each and every day, hold your ground. Grow into a mighty oak of charting and trading by holding your ground, spending 10 to 15 minutes each and every day following these charts. We have a down day on everything today, from the S&P 500, NASDAQ 100, 20-year bonds, gold, and Bitcoin. Let's jump into these charts. S&P 500 down 1.24%. We can, of course, see where things are continuing to head down on the S&P 500. We, of course, had things when we had that latest crossover going down back on the 15th, when things pushed through the 200 EMA, had a couple of spots where things popped up some. We've stayed in the red there on the STC. We look at where things are on the 2-day chart, and we can see, it always seems to move around on me some there on the STC on the bottom of this 2-day chart. But we can see, of course, where things went into the red, crossing over back on the 15th, the candle beginning the 15th of December. And of course, we reached our most recent low back on that 2-day candle on the 21st. We haven't hit that again, but we do have red down candles well below the 200 EMA. And of course, where are we on the weekly? We're still above the 200 EMA, not reaching the low of the prior week yet, but we do have a red down candle, still green on the STC. We'll see how long this latest down move goes and whether we're going to push through and really go into the negative territory, into the bear territory, at least as far as our weekly chart goes. That, of course, is our biggest chart, and that typically tells us a lot as to where the market sentiment is. But going to our third week of down movement. Okay, let's go back to the half-day chart and start our analysis on the NASDAQ 100 there. NASDAQ 100 has been below the 200 EMA for quite a while. We saw where things went red back on the 15th, like we saw with the S&P 500. We've had one run up over a day period back on the 21st, and since then, we've had things pretty much heading down. Down for the day 1.35%. It was our biggest downer for the day on the NASDAQ 100 2-day chart. And again, I have to tighten this up for you to see how far below the 200 EMA we are, going into our fifth down candle, reaching a lower low on this 2-day chart. In the red on the STC, already blown through that center band between those two lines, sort of that grayed area. Look at where we are on the weekly. Hasn't gone red yet, may be happening soon. We'll wait, watch, and see. But in the third week of down movement, we are on this chart below the 200 EMA into a down trend. And I have no idea why that PDF information's popping up on my screen right now, and have no idea why everything is switching out on me. Please come back to where we were. There we go. Okay, let's keep moving. That's where we are on stocks. We will now go to bonds. We see here on the half-day chart, bonds, of course, have been in negative territory on the weekly and 2-day charts for quite a while. We had moved above when it came to the half-day chart, and now, of course, we pushed below back on the 19th of December. Been either moving down or sideways since then, down 0.56% for the day. Negative on the STC. We look at where we are on the 2-day chart. After 4 2-day candles, we see things going red on the STC. And of course, as I said earlier, we're well below the 200 EMA on both this 2-day chart. And as we go to the weekly, same on the weekly. We are negative. Now, we haven't gone red on that chart yet on the STC, but we're going into our second week of down movement, accelerating down movement. So we will keep a close eye on 20-year bonds and see just how hard they're going to move down. We would like to see things reset on the STC to give us an opportunity to jump back into that down movement on this half-day chart. We'll wait, watch, and see. Let's move on to gold on the half-day chart. Now, of course, what's interesting about gold is we can see that we are well above the 200 EMA. We've seen gold, a few times now try to pop up for us, but never really clears the mark. It moves up for 3 candles, 4 candles there, 2 candles here, 3 candles there, and then starts to die on the vine. It did so today, down in the morning, not down as much in the afternoon. Overall, down 0.45% for the day. It is above the 200 EMA, but red on the STC. We look at where we are on the 2-day chart. And again, gold really hammering up through the 2-day chart back on the 1st of December, and then plugged along, popped up again strong on the 13th, then down strong. And then, spinning top since then, and now we have a doji that's forming. So again, gold just not pushing up strongly on those interim and half-day charts. Now we look at the weekly, and we see a bit of a different picture. We can see we're back on the 7th of November, really slammed up through that weekly chart again the following week on the 14th. And then slowly but surely, gold has been moving up. We don't have any spinning tops. We just have green candles. The size is reduced some, but again, continuing to hit higher peaks. It didn't last week, but it has this week. Now for the day, 0.45%. And of course, that STC is in the green. We're just waiting for things to really take off on this half-day chart and to allow us to jump in and ride this thing. But it is being difficult on us. Gold is not cooperating and really taking off on that half-day chart for us. Now, lastly, we will go to XBTF. That is the Bitcoin ETF, down for the day just a little bit, 0.03%. Again, Bitcoin just languishing here over the last few days after that really big rundown back on the 15th of December. And that was the 15th, the 15th, the 16th, on into the 19th, and then really sideways since then. We look at where we are on the 2-day, and of course you can see on this 2-day chart where we had the big down moves. Things then recovered for a few days, and then over these last 5 2-day candles, just again trudging down. If we look overall where we are on the weekly chart, let me pull this in some for you so you can really see where we had some big down moves, up for 4 weeks, down, up for a couple of weeks, and then that hammer down over that 3-week period. Bitcoin, we were hoping would stabilize at about the 1820 mark, as you remember me telling you multiple times. And then, of course, starting on the 7th of November, that week, the 14th, and then the 21st, Bitcoin just a hammering down. So, got to have some market capitulation at some point. When nobody wants to buy Bitcoin, that's about the time it will turn around and start moving up again. Just the way things go, my friends, and we'll be here each and every day charting these things for you. We'll see it when it happens and give you a good chance or more to practice trade it. Many chances or more to practice trade. That's where we are. We so hope you are having a wonderful holiday season. Hope you had a great Christmas and Hanukkah. Looking forward to the new year. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters. Treat yourself to a Patreon membership before the end of the year. Get that 3-part training options made simple the Charting Wealth way. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate all the underwriting our Patreon members do for us. God bless. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.